Welcome to the SmartKeys podcast. So today we're diving into a topic that I think affects pretty much every single professional every single week, meetings.
Oh, absolutely.
We all know that feeling, right? That meeting that just feels like a black hole sucking up time and, well, spitting out nothing but loose ends.
Vague follow-ups.
Yeah.
It's the universal pain point.
Exactly. So we're looking at sources from Felix Römer, who's the founder of smartkeys.org, on how to transform meeting notes from, this mundane chore into a really critical strategic tool for business.
And that is the crucial shift right there.
Mm-hmm.
The core problem, as the source material lays out so well, isn't really the meeting itself. It's the lack of clarity and action afterwards. People walk out and they're not sure who owns what or by when.
So our mission today is to give you a complete system. This isn't just about taking better notes.
No.
It's about building systems that capture outcomes, owners, and due dates, and do it fast. It's about getting that forward momentum.
Well, when you standardize how you capture those things, every agenda item actually becomes a roadmap. It stops being this historical log you only look at when something goes wrong.
Right. It becomes a forward-looking document.
Exactly. And that foundational clarity is what cuts down on churn and stops things from falling through the cracks.
Okay, let's unpack that because not all documentation is created equal. I think most of us know that intuitively, but the source is very, very clear on the difference between informal notes and formal minutes.
Yeah, and it's an absolutely essential distinction. I mean, you can't get this wrong. There's a real systemic risk if you confuse the two.
So what's the breakdown?
You use flexible, informal notes for your internal stuff, your daily stand-ups, quick project check-ins, brainstorming sessions.
It's the day-to-day.
The day-to-day. They're meant to be quick summaries, optimized for speed and, scannability within the team.
But then you have formal minutes, and these are a whole different beast, aren't they?
Totally different. These are for the high-stakes conversations. Think board meetings, stakeholder reviews, anything with a compliance angle. They're an official, auditable record.
And why does that status matter so much more?
It's all about risk mitigation. Formal minutes demand specific things: attendees, date, time, the full agenda, and critically, signatures.
Signatures, okay.
Those details aren't just administrative fluff. They are vital for governance. A signed minute proves who agreed to what and when. It reduces your legal risk.
That makes perfect sense. So first step is just labeling your files correctly. That alone builds trust in your system.
It's the simplest first step. And once you know what you're creating, the structure is what gives it power. Even for quick informal notes, structure is key to clarity.
So what are the absolute must-haves for a simple layout?
It starts with the header, but keep it compact. Date, time, attendees, and this is crucial, a clickable link back to the agenda.
The context anchor, I like that.
It is. It saves so much digging around later. Then you get to the core sections.
Right, and the goal here is ruthless brevity, right? Just short bullets for the discussion.
Exactly. But you need to call out two things on their own separate lines.
Decisions and action items.
Decisions and action items.
Yeah.
And the action items must include three things: the action itself, the owner, and the due date.
Because without an owner and a date, it's just an idea.
It's just an idea. It's not an action. Precisely. You can also add a couple of other helpful sections like a questions area and, of course, the classic parking lot.
Ah, the parking lot. The best tool for keeping a meeting on track.
It really is. It lets you acknowledge a good idea without derailing the whole conversation.
I think we also underestimate the power of preparation. Just pre-filling the agenda and any reference links before the meeting even starts saves so much friction.
That time up front is paid back tenfold. And the source makes a huge point about assigning a designated note taker before the session.
Yes, why is that so important? So often the host just ends up doing it.
And that's a mistake. If the host is trying to capture every detail, they can't actually run the meeting. They can't guide the discussion.
Right, their attention is split.
Exactly. You separate the duties. The host focuses on the what and the why, and the note taker focuses on the who and the when. The whole session just moves faster.
Okay, so we're prepped, we're in the session. Now it's about a mindset shift, isn't it?
A fundamental one.
Yeah.
You're moving away from being a historian and becoming an accountability partner.
I love the rule of thumb from the source. It's a great mantra. Capture decisions, owners, and deadlines. Not every word.
That's it. That's the whole game. Your focus pivots entirely to outcomes.
So how do we train ourselves to listen differently?
You have to listen for action language. You tune out the general chatter and you zero in on phrases like next steps will be or I'll take responsibility for.
You need this by Friday.
Exactly. And when you hear it, your job isn't to write the whole conversation around it. It's to tag the person and the due date immediately.
And resist the urge to transcribe. An 8-page transcript just gets ignored.
A one-page summary with 6 clear bullets drives execution.
And here's a tip I thought was brilliant. Clarify ambiguity in the moment.
Oh, it's critical. It saves so much rework later. Just a quick, hey, Bob, just to confirm, is that Tuesday or Friday?
That one question prevents massive confusion down the line.
For sure.
Now, to help structure this, the source talks about 2 proven methods. The first is the classic Cornell method.
Yeah, the Cornell system is fantastic. Its structure actually forces you to synthesize. You've got the main notes, that narrow column on the left for cues, and then the summary at the bottom.
And the real power is in that left column, isn't it?
It is, because it forces active recall.
Yeah.
When you review, you cover up the main notes and just look at your cues. Can you remember the details? It makes the information stick. It's perfect for linear task delegation.
And then there's a more visual approach, mind mapping.
Mind mapping is just ideal for brainstorming or strategy sessions, when the conversation is less about linear tasks and more about connecting ideas.
You start with a central topic and just branch out.
Right. You can see themes emerge. So the big takeaway is, standardize your template, but be flexible with your method. Use Cornell for delegation, mind mapping for brainstorming. It just speeds everything up.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. The productivity leap that comes from AI and automation.
This is the game changer. This is where you move beyond just manual effort.
So we're talking about tools like MeetGeek, Slack AI, Otter.ai, and they do more than just transcribe, right?
We're way more. They're doing deep analysis. They generate the transcript, sure, but then the AI goes to work pulling out highlights, summarizing topics, and this is the key, extracting decisions and action items automatically.
So the benefit is immediate. Teams spend less time writing and more time doing.
Exactly. The AI gives you the first draft of your meeting notes automatically in seconds.
And we have some hard data on this, don't we?
We do, and honestly, the number is staggering.
Yeah.
The source details that using Slack AI, with its automated huddles and sharing, it saved teams an estimated 97 minutes per week.
97 minutes, wow, per person.
Per person, per week. That's nearly 2 full hours you get back.
That's huge. That's not just administrative time saved. That's time that goes back into deep work, into creative problem solving.
It's a systemic multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the cross-platform integration is so important. The notes have to be shared instantly across Slack, Notion, email, wherever.
It keeps everyone aligned, especially in a hybrid or remote world.
And it makes sure that institutional memory is captured once and it's consistent everywhere, from Zoom to Google Meet to Teams.
Okay, so the meeting's over, the AI has done its thing, but we're not quite done. There's this final crucial phase, workflow integration.
Right. The note-taker still has a vital role. That 5 to 10 minute editing session is non-negotiable.
The cleanup phase.
You have to clean the AI's draft, edit for clarity, remove the chatter, highlight the decisions, and then, most importantly, tag the owners and add the deadlines while it's all still fresh in your mind.
And once that's done, you store it in a shared workspace, like a Slack canvas or Notion page, and you link it back to the calendar event.
It becomes the single source of truth. No more hunting through email chains.
Which brings us to the final strategic step, turning that discussion into actual tracked work.
This is where momentum is so often lost, that handoff. You have to directly convert those action items into tasks in Asana, ClickUp, Jira, whatever you use.
You make it visible.
You make it visible and auto-proof. The best systems let you link that task right back to the meeting note where the decision was made, full context.
And that handoff can and really should be automated.
Absolutely. Using things like Zapier or native integrations, an action item is finalized in the notes, and boom, a draft task automatically appears in your project tool.
No manual entry, no drop balls.
It guarantees that every meeting ends with trackable work. It's a system of structure plus AI plus automation. That's the shortcut to a high-velocity team.
So this whole deep dive really boils down to the power of a system. It's the standardization and the smart tools that create execution speed.
And the consistency, using the same template, the same process every single time. That's what reduces friction and builds trust.
It turns what used to be an administrative burden into a genuine productivity driver.
So it kind of leaves you with a question, right? I mean, if consistency is so key, how often are you actually looking at your team's process, like really auditing it to see if it's a roadmap for execution, or if it's just become a dusty old logbook that nobody ever reads?
Thank you for tuning in to the SmartKeys podcast. We hope this deep dive into transforming your meeting notes gives you immediate, actionable insights you can put to use today. If you want even more detail, including information on specific template reuse strategies and the FAQ section on legal compliance, the full article link can be found in the show notes. Please make sure to subscribe for more smart insights on productivity and the future of work.